Salute, salute, salute. Grand Rising, Kyra knows. Grand Rising, peace and blessed up to you and your family. All right, I'm going to just get into it real quick, right? Because I got a few minutes before I go inside this building. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this real ID thing because a lot of people are confused. They're using a lot of fear mongering. Grand Rising, Deja Vu, Grand Rising, salute, salute. Peace and salute to y'all. Georgia, salute, peace, Grand Rising. So this whole thing about this real ID, there's a lot of misinformation. People think that they have to get the real ID. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. And I only speak on things that I know, you know what I'm saying? Because only fools speak on things that they have no clue or no idea. So just to let y'all know, right? I'm outside of a federal building downtown Boston. One of my homies caught a case or whatever. So I'm just gonna show some love, you know what I mean? And support to him. So now they said, right? If you don't get the real ID, you can't go inside government buildings. You can't go here, you can't go there. That's all lies. Remember, 5 years ago, they told you we had to get something, right? Now, to this day, I still never got that. Y'all should know what I'm talking about. We was on lockdown. We had to stay inside the house. Schools were closed. Businesses were closed. And that's all I'm going to elaborate on that, right? And I never got it. To this day, I still didn't get it, right? So they telling you, if you do not get the real ID, you cannot travel domestically or even outside of the country. That's all lies. Y'all could go look it up. Always do y'all research. Don't just listen to what people say, but go do y'all research. That you will find out in whatever state that you live in, if you do not have the real ID, as long as you have a passport or your social security card, you are still able to go inside these buildings, okay? Now, they forcing people to get it so they can control you. And a lot of people don't know, right? Because I got like 2 videos that are uploaded on my channel that some people explain it. There's a white woman who said she's still able to travel. She has to use her passport. And she's like, why do I have to use my passport? You know what I'm saying? Just to fly domestically, because she travels a lot. I think it's through her job or whatever have you. So she doesn't have it. And she still has no problem going to places that she needs to get to. So don't be fooled, because the truth is, when you get the real ID, they don't let you know this, and it's in all fine prints. You give up your religious right. Meaning, when you give up your religious right, you cannot use your religion for certain things like they did a few years ago when they told people, oh, you know, your religious right or your, you know, whatever religious group you belong to, you know, that's not going to exempt you from getting the, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, do not listen to people. That's why I tell people, man, stop complying and stop obeying. Make it make sense, right? There's a train riding by, so I had to roll up the window. That's like me telling you guys, right? Some of you guys like fried chicken. You're free to eat what you want to eat. And I'm the government, and I'm telling you, no more fried chicken. You can only eat grilled chicken. And you just sit back and say, well, they said everybody got to eat grilled chicken, so I guess I'm just going to eat grilled chicken. Like, this is why the government be doing what they doing. Because people don't take a stand, people don't go protest, people don't make a lot of noise to be heard by your senators, by your governors, your mayors, your selectmen, select women, your congressmen and congresswomen. This is why these things happen to us, right? Because people do not take a stand. People complain behind closed doors in private, but you know, when it calls for you to really do something about it, people make these excuses and be like, oh, I don't have no time. I got to go to work. I got to do this. I got to go do that. See, I'm one of these people. I'm super active. You know what I'm saying? And even if I didn't have the time, I'm going to make time to go down to my city hall or down to wherever, the state house, you know, down in Boston, actually that's near here, and make a change. This is the reason why they keep doing what they doing, because not enough of us is taking a stand. Y'all don't see these pale folks, when they don't like something, they all band together. They all can have different religious backgrounds. They can all have different views on life, on different things, whatever upbringing, but they could all come together for a major common cause. And we don't do that. And this is why people wonder why, you know, the melanated community is the way it is. It's because people don't want to take a stand. People will complain. People just sit back. Some people be like, oh, I don't got no time. I got to go to work. So you just so enslaved mentally and physically that you don't have time to make a change. So you're just going to lay on your back and just say, well, it is what it is. Like, come on, man. Like, this is crazy. But yeah, the truth is, as long as you have a passport, and if you don't have one, I would advise you to get one. Okay, so that way you're still able to go inside these places. Grand Rising, Angie baby, Grand Rising. So you still can do what you need to do. Don't let these people tell you, oh, you have to get the real ID, because there's a chip inside of it. Okay, there's a tracking chip that's inside of it. All right, so they're going to be tracking all your movements. Not only that, they're trying to implement what's going on in China. China has the same thing. Okay, China has the same thing. When you go commit a crime, it deducts your credit score. You're not even allowed into certain buildings because they strike you with points and all of that. There's tons of videos y'all could go on YouTube and research that. There's people that live in China that shows that. One female, she got it and she tried to do something. I forgot what it was, but they still didn't allow her to get inside of a grocery store. This is all factual things I'm telling y'all. Again, y'all only know that I speak on things that I know about, that I did my homework, I did my research on. You know, only fools speak on things that they have no clue of what's going on or what it is and what it's not. Yeah, so that's what they're trying to do. I forgot, there's a title for it. I forgot the proper name and wording for it. But yeah, this real ID thing, they're going to track you. It's the same thing, right? I told a friend, because she was traveling, and she happened to mention, oh, Mel, I'm going to get off the phone because I got to do the TSA pre-check-in. So when I get to the airport, it could save me some time. Now, thank goodness she mentioned it. I said, no, don't do the TSA pre-check-in to save you time. She's like, why? I said, when you do that, they make you think that, oh, yeah, you could bypass 30 minutes to an hour. Guess what? You still got to wait in line, right? It's just a little shorter, but you still wait in line and all this other stuff. But the major thing about the TSA pre-check-in, so when you go to the airport, it's already done online and then you could bypass. Guess what? You give up your right to the feds, the CIA, your state police, local police, to track everything that you do. Yes, this is all factual. Y'all can look it up. I actually uploaded a video explaining that, where this white woman was talking. Actually, they was on either MSNBC I took the clip from, or CNN is what I took the clip from. And this lady explained it. When you do the TSA pre-check-in to bypass some time, you give up all of that. They look into all of your background. You give up your right. People don't know all of this. This is all under the Patriot Act that they passed in 2001, which they presented to us, the masses, and said, oh, you know, we're going to pass this, Patriot Act bill, so we can look into the terrorists and see what they're doing. But guess what? They use that on their own people. Listen, man, I learned a long time ago. My father taught me this. May he rest in peace. He said, a government that doesn't take care of its people basically is your enemy. They look at us as their enemy, right? So this is what I'm saying. In fine print, it's just like certain things that we buy. They give you all this nonsense in capital letters so you can read all of that. But the major important thing is always in fine print. And 9 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times, people do not read the fine print. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. But this is all, you know, I'm going to say allegedly because of the platform we on. It's alleged. You know what I'm saying? I saw videos on it, YouTube. I take it back. I'm not going to say it's a factual. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say it's all allegedly, YouTube, you know, because this is how we have to, you know, this is all entertainment and educational purpose only. But like I always like to say, y'all do y'all research and y'all look it up for yourselves. The TSA pre-check-in to bypass some time when you get to the airport, you're allegedly giving up all your rights for the FBI, the CIA, local police, state police to look into your background. You know what I'm saying? And all this other stuff. Allegedly, YouTube, please do not strike my channel. Allegedly, this is all for educational and entertainment purpose only. You know, it's just sad that this is what we have to say. We can't even, you know, I'm not even gonna go there. My channel's been striked plenty of times, but it is what it is. You know, they'll tell me I'm spreading misinformation and they'll remove it. Now, if it was misinformation, why wouldn't they leave it up? Make that make sense. That's another thing that I learned early on. Only liars, you know, don't, you know, wants to suppress the truth. So if they remove anything that you upload, whether it's health-wise, you know, about certain things, if they remove it, that should tell you everything. Because if it's all lies, why not keep it up there? You know, because I see people on platforms spreading lies all day and they just keep that up. But it is what it is. You know, you still could be able to maneuver through the matrix. See, people be asking me questions like this. Oh, but Maybach, but you know, we all still in the matrix. That doesn't mean that you have to comply and obey to what's going on. You still can maneuver. There's things that you can do. You know, I'm gonna start the process of becoming a national. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Find my tribe, claim my tribe. When I get my next passport, it's gonna have 5 stars. Normal citizen passports don't have no stars. And that's what people need to learn, right? Make it make sense. George Washington was not a U.S. citizen. And what I mean by that, it's not to say that he was a foreigner. What I'm trying to tell you is he was using the laws of the land. We are indigenous people to this soil, to this land. Yeah, I know I say I'm Haitian, but that's both of my parents. I wasn't born in Haiti. I was born here in Boston, Mass. So that means I'm born on this land. We have the right to travel. We're not supposed to have a license. George Washington and all those forefathers, they didn't have licenses. Okay, when they had, you know, I don't know if they was vehicles, but what I'm trying to say is, you know, when you have a car, now they want you to register it. Don't y'all know when you go to that registry in your city, in your town, and you register your car, the government can take it away anytime that they want. Again, this is all educational and entertainment purpose only. But y'all do y'all research on all of that. I know people that done this process. There's 3 types of birth certificates you need for this process. You have your short form, which is from your state. Then you have one that's in D.C., Washington, D.C., right? District of Criminals. And then the last one comes from the Vatican. Why does the Vatican have our birth certificates? Y'all can look all of this information up, y'all. Research and do y'all homework on that. Why does the Vatican have our birth certificates? But, you know, yeah, and that's another thing. I wish I knew, you know, not to sign the birth certificate. Once you sign, you are basically saying your child is the property of a government. It's just like, you know, these professional sports teams. You know, it'll say New England Patriots, right? But on the front, it says property of. Make that make sense, y'all. Property of, and you're a player for that team. Look, the draft. The draft is no different from what they was doing in the slave time when they was selling slaves. It's no difference. You know what I'm saying? You got this team. Oh, yeah, you get to pick first. You get to pick second. But again, y'all, you do not need to get the real ID. Again, allegedly, you do not need to get the real ID. You know what I'm saying? As long as you have a birth, what you call it? As long as you have a passport, and if you don't have one, I suggest you go get one. You know what I'm saying? And I know everybody has a Social Security card. You know, if you don't, go to your local Social Security building and, you know, request it. I forgot how much they charge you for it. You know, for years I didn't have mine, but I remembered my number. You know what I'm saying? And but sometimes, you know, you go to different places, you know, they want to show proof or whatever. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. But yeah, y'all look it up, man. Do not have to get it. Allegedly, you do not have to get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, I actually, like I said, went inside the Fed building, you know, and I had no problem. All I did was I had my regular ID, right? And I had my passport with me, and I had no problem. You know what I'm saying? All they did was, you know, search me, whatever, so I can have access to the building. I ain't got no, you know, guns and all that other stuff. I ain't, like, I don't know how people be forgetting, you know, to remove all of that stuff or leave it at home when you're going into these certain places and stuff like that. But yeah, y'all don't listen to the misinformation. Oh, you have to get it, you have to get it, you have to get it. Again, that's that fear mongering. Oh, if you don't get it, you can't travel. You can't travel. That's what they did 5 years ago. I'm just letting y'all know, 4 or 5 years ago, that's what they did. They told you, you have to do this, and people still went and did it. And now we see all the truth is coming out about that stuff that they did 5 years ago. You know, people are being unalive from it. You know what I'm saying? And all this other stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, y'all do y'all research again, like I like to tell y'all. You know, I'm gonna have to go in here real quick. You know, I haven't been live, so I figured, hey, let me just do a quick live and let y'all know what it is and what it's not. And I'm telling y'all, I just went inside the federal building out here downtown. You know, y'all should have no problem with the same process. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. Like I said, if you already have a passport, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. You know what I mean? And you can have you can also use your social security number. Those things are who you are. Make it make sense. We get licenses that expire, and then when it expires, they're telling you, oh, this license is expired. Okay, but does that mean that I expired, the human being? Did I expire? So I can't get access into a building because I have an expired license? Yo, there's a lot of things, man, that, you know, now when you grow up mentally, you know, because I know we grow up age-wise, but a lot of people don't grow up mentally. You know what I'm saying? You stop, things just don't make no sense. You're like, this don't even make no sense. So I can't get access to a building because of my license, or I can't buy this and purchase this alcohol because they said my license expired, but you didn't expire. Make that make sense. You know what I mean? Just, again, y'all, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody that tapped in. Kyra Knows, Deja Vu, Angie Baby, Georgia Peach. Who else is in here? Garrison, salute to you. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. You know, I've been busy, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I've been super busy. You know, that's why I haven't been live. But you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. But I appreciate y'all for still rocking with me and tapping in on this live. Again, you know, share this live, comment in the live. You know, if y'all need more information on it, you know, if y'all ain't already following me on IG, my IG is Maybach Mel 1804. And I have 2 pages. The one where I'm wearing all red, that's just a backup page. But if you see my logo or you see a face and I'm like, I got an AI avatar of me, that's me right there. Y'all see the merch right there. Maybach Mel 1804. It's an AI picture of me. I'm wearing gray in that picture. That's definitely my active page. That's the page that I use. Y'all hit me in the DM. I give y'all the information. I don't charge nobody. You know, this is free game, free information on what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? So you can still have access. You do not need to get this real ID. I'm telling, allegedly, y'all. Y'all know what I mean by that. You know, whatever. Y'all hit me in the DM. I could talk freely with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Those that have my number, holla at me. You know what I'm saying? Off of here. And we could speak freely and I could tell you, you know what I mean? But on this platform, I have to say allegedly. You know what I'm saying? You know, but yeah, y'all could tap in. But, you know, y'all be safe out here. We living in a crazy world. It's crazy times. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to say, you know, y'all stay vigilant and move militant. And on that note, I'm gonna give y'all the real peace sign. The real peace sign is the 2 fingers together. That means unity. That separate this peace sign right here means war, y'all. Y'all can look this up. The split of the fingers means war and separation. The fingers together, all right? That's for my ancestors right here. This is the real peace sign. This stands for we stand together and unite in unity. Don't do this no more, y'all. Don't do this. This is the real one right here. Anybody y'all see doing this, they just don't know or they do know, and you know, they letting you know. There ain't no real peace. But y'all, again, y'all stay vigilant, move militant. Peace and blessings to all of y'all and y'all families. I hope y'all have a safe, blessed weekend. And on that note, I'm out, y'all. Peace.